Well, every family has their own little sayings. And when my kids were growing up, I used to have this saying that was just D-U-B dumb. D-U-B dumb. That was a saying that I taught my kids. Don't do that. That's D-U-B dumb. Well, we today are going to talk about 6 of the dumbest things that I've heard in coaching, probably because I've often or always or sometimes said the same things myself, so I so quickly recognize them in other people. So welcome aboard.
Ready?
When it comes to porn, are you stuck, spinning out, or slipping backwards in your life? If so, then welcome to the Finding Traction podcast, a show dedicated to those who are looking to gain recovery momentum away from porn and toward the life and relationships they have always hoped for. Now, here's your host, Vern Tomke.
Well, before we get going on some of these dumbest things, let me just say that if you are at all looking forward to football season like I am, it is opening week, and you can go over to Porn Free Radio, and myself and Aaron W. and Matt and Sammy Dobshoots, we did the 4th annual NFL preview podcast on Porn Free Radio. So you will hear our fearless predictions, projections, prognostications for the coming year. Yes, some of them are DUB dumb, but anyways, if you really want to get the scoop on what's going to happen, listen to that. So I encourage you to go over there and take care of that. Talking about football, I'm going to be in Dallas, American Thanksgiving, or as Matt says, just Thanksgiving for you Americans. But I'm going to be watching the Cowboys-Giants game. So if you at all want to hang out or have a place to put me and my buddy up on American Thanksgiving, reach out to me. Talking about reaching out to me, a couple things. We have two brand new groups that I'm really starting this week. First of all, first group I have is for a group of older guys. These are guys in their 50s, 60s, or even 70s. I call them the old hands group. And we're starting a brand new group really this coming week or two. We're working through the 52-week Finding Traction course together that I wrote. I'll be leading that group. We have space for 2 or 3 more guys. So reach out to me if that interests you. The other group we're starting is called the Young Guns group. And it's a group for guys in their 20s, early 30s. And we're doing that group on Thursdays during the day. If you're interested in that group, again, you need to reach out to me right away on either of those 2 groups. We're starting them up in this brand new season. Not just football is starting up, but we're also starting up our brand new Finding Traction group. So my email is bandofbrothers.care@gmail.com. All right, well, let's go back to these 5 or 6 dumbest things that I've heard in coaching. Again, perhaps because I've said them or thought them myself. So here's number 1. It's all around sleep. I couldn't sleep, so I decided to scroll through social media. And you're going, okay, in what universe does me scrolling through those incredibly addictive algorithms going to settle my mind down? It is what I call slot machine porn. It's simply a way to keep us engaged with, basically swiping or scrolling what's on the screen. That is the last thing any of us want to do when we have a hard time sleeping. Pick up a book. Pick up a boring book. Listen to one of my podcasts. I don't know, but don't scroll through social media. One of the things that guys have learned to be successful, and let me just say, and this is more of an issue, to be honest, with guys in their 20s and 30s, talking about younger guys, sleep is a big issue. And a lot of guys who have found success in recovery have finally got to the point where we're going, well, this is just dumb. I'm going to leave my phone in another room. Or I'm going to just go out and buy a alarm clock, one of the old-fashioned ones to wake me up. Because when I wake up, and all of us often will wake up in the middle of the night for one reason or the other. Now, when you're in your 60s, it's called your prostate, but it's not uncommon to wake up and you start thinking, gee, I should just get on my phone. And what do we know that is? That is D-U-B, dumb. All right. Well, here's another one. While we're talking about phones, here's another one. I thought I could put those apps back on my phone again. Now, if you are like me, I use screen time. I have taken away my ability to both add and delete apps. The only apps that I have on my phone, I just put my airline app on for my coming trip this fall. The only apps on my phone are ones that I use, like banking apps or weather apps or things like that I've never had a problem with. And I can't tell you how many people go through this cycle. They have an app that they use to edge on or look at porn on. They decide, okay, that's not working. They remove the app. Then it goes for a while, and then they start playing stupid, start playing dumb with themselves and go, you know what? Maybe I can have that app again. And they might go for a little while where they have that app on their phone, and then it's only a matter of time. If you've used it for a nefarious purpose once, everything will line up at some point and you will use it for that same purpose again. I can almost guarantee you. So if you're telling yourself, I can put those apps back on my phone, when in the past those apps have been a source of your problem, you are just playing DUB with yourself. All right? You get that? I know some of you don't like this thing because we've all done it. In fact, again, what I've done is I've removed the ability for me to play that game because I can't add apps. My app store doesn't appear on my iPhone. All right. Well, here is number 3. This is a great one. It comes under the area of curiosity killed the cat. I wonder what other shows or movies she's in. Right? You see an actress or you see something and you go, whoa, it might fit with your arousal template. And you immediately ask yourself, I wonder what other shows she's in. I wonder if there's pictures of her on the internet. I wonder if there's pictures of her in a bathing suit on the internet. It could be someone as an attractive sportscaster. I've noticed that as we're getting into football season, right? It's that curiosity. As one of my buddies says, that he uses the word research. Now, it's not the research you do for a term paper. It's research that we do that gets us in trouble. So that is the third DUB dumb thing that we do. We have that thought and then we pursue it and we tell ourselves, I'm just curious. I just want to know what other shows. I wonder how long she's been acting. I wonder, all of those kinds of things. Again, just not very smart. Alrighty. Here is number 4, and I think everybody would probably identify with this at some point or place in their lives. This problem, this challenge, this problematic behavior will go away when ... Fill in the blanks. Maybe I'm lonely, so this problem will go away when I have a serious girlfriend. Because I won't be lonely anymore and porn won't be such a tempting situation. There's one that you'll find is actually not true. Or here's another one. Well, I'm single right now. but this problem will go away. I won't struggle with this when I get married. When I get married, it's not going to be a problem because, of course, I'll have access to sex whenever I want it. And this is just a sexual desire thing that's going to be met in marriage. So, of course, I'm not going to struggle with porn when I get married. And every married guy right now is chuckling or breaking out in laughter as they hear that, because they know that also is playing dumb with yourself. Or let's say you don't have a job and when I get a job, or when I get out of school, or when I get out of university, then I will be able to buckle down. I'm struggling right now, but when I, get into a new place in life, then this problem will go away. I'll have more of a focus. Or here's a great one. When I get older, I'm young right now. I'm always horny. When I get older, I'm not going to have this problem, which always confuses younger guys when they hear that some of my groups are made up of guys in their 60s and 70s, and they go, I don't want to hear that. The problem will not go away. Any one of those sort of playing dumb with ourselves thinking, what they do is they inoculate ourselves from making real change. What they do is they basically put off, well, I don't have to get together and maybe get together with a group of guys and actually begin to deal with this, because it's going to go away anyway at some point. I can put it off because this is only a temporary problem. So when my situation changes, then I will be in a better place. As a result, right now, I don't need to take one of those uncomfortable steps like reaching out. That's number 4. The problem will go away when. Here's number 5, and I've heard this one from guys. I've heard this from religious guys. I've heard this from guys that really are super stoic guys that want to get control of themselves. I've heard this from a variety of sources, and this is the DUB dumb thing I've heard. You ready? I need to learn to live with open devices. It sounds good. You know what? I should be able to, everybody else doesn't have covenant eyes, or doesn't have screen time, or doesn't have downtime. Other people don't have this. I should be able to live like other people. I shouldn't have to have these things. I should be strong enough in myself that I just don't jump on the first open device. I should be strong enough in my faith. I should grow spiritually enough. So I should be able to be around these situations and they shouldn't have a pull on me, or I should be able to choose. I mean, it sounds so good. Most of us go, you know what? I want to get to a point where I don't have to have these restrictions on my life. But I'm telling you, it's playing dumb with yourselves. If this has been an embedded habit in your life, I mean, I don't care how long you've been, on a spiritual journey, or how self-motivated you are in other areas of your life. The bottom line is this: you have learned to live impulsively, and impulse will get you. There will be a boring time. There will be a time when you're down. There will be a time where you're feeling weak. It's just human. It's just natural. And if you don't prepare for those times, for weak moments, you will simply follow the gravitational pull. Now, having said that, yes, it's true. You can get to a point in your recovery where it's more likely than not, if life throws a curveball at you, that you're not just going to jump on the first open device or the device of your spouse or family members, right? Early on in my recovery, essentially, if there was an opportunity, it would almost inevitably mean a fall for me. I mean, now I'm in a situation where, and I still have Covenant Eyes on my phone. I have so on my computer. I have screen time on my iPhone. When my wife goes off, and this is a brand new week, we're into a brand new school year. Starting yesterday, she's now gone throughout the day, Monday to Friday. And the last thing we do at night before she goes out, I've said this many times, is we put all the remote controls away. Now, if she forgets, and sometimes, we've forgotten, I say she, but really it's my responsibility. And I get up, or I see in the living room that there's a remote control that's put out. And it's happened at different times. I'm at a point in my momentum where I will often just take the remote control and stuff it down between the cushions so I don't see it and get on with my day. Yeah, it's going to be a bit of a tougher day than normal usually, but I will do that, and then I'll probably text one of the guys in my group saying, hey, remotes are out. I'll just text you guys when my wife gets home. Guys, that is the reality of being years in recovery. If you have this idea that you can simply have open devices when you have had problematic porn use for 5, 10, 15, 25 years, you are fooling yourself. You are playing DUB, dumb, with yourself. All right, and this last one's 6. I've kind of left this one, the hardest one, for last. But I'm going to throw it out there anyway. So obviously you would need counsel on how you apply this one. But I would say as a default statement, this is a really dumb statement. The truth would hurt my wife, so I protect her by hiding or lying. Right? It sounds so good. I don't want to hurt her. This makes her, usually what it does, we don't want to experience her, anger, but we put it under the disguise. I don't want to hurt her. And as a result, we live hidden lies from our spouse. But, I think you already know this, but I'll say it again. What really hurts the vast majority of most women is our lies, our deception. I can't tell you how many times I've heard from different guys, wives say one version or the other. Your struggle, yeah, it bothers me. But what really has hurt our relationship has been your lying, your deception. That is what's broken trust in our relationship. And usually when a relationship, not there are some exceptions to this, but the vast majority of cases, I believe, and I've seen, experienced, what's really caused trust to be irreparably broken down is when a husband gaslights and lies and deceives and hides, and trust is broken at a foundational level. That is ultimately what has ruined the relationship. So there we go. Number 1, I couldn't sleep, so I decided to scroll through social media. Number 2, I can put those apps back on my phone again. Number 3, hey, I wonder what movies or shows she's in. Number 4, the problem will go away when, I get a girlfriend, I get married, I get a job, I graduate, I get older. Right? Number 5, I need to learn to live with open devices. And finally, number 6, the truth would hurt my wife, so I protect her by hiding or lying. Well, guys, we're going into a brand new fall. Once again, I encourage you to not put things off. If you are in a place where you think that this fall is going to be different, but you're not doing anything different, you are playing DUB, dumb with yourselves. So here's towards a smart fall, a successful fall, and we'll see you next time.